So there is a situation that is going on in America that is causing a lot of banks terrified and paranoid. And the reason why it is because a lot of people are getting foreclosure. So banks are trying to decide what should we do, because if we foreclosure all these people at once, then houses are be empty. So a lot of people have not paid their bills in a long time. So let's jump into it and talk about it in the end.
My buddy works in Dallas, Texas, and he works for a bank, and he said to me, Drayton, we have so many houses that we could close in foreclosure that we're not, because we don't know what to do. We literally have could close in foreclosure that we're not, because we don't know what to do. We literally have thousands and thousands and thousands of homes we could close on tomorrow. We could foreclose tomorrow. There are some people that haven't made a payment in over a year. He goes, thousands of people haven't made a payment in 6 months. But the bank doesn't know what to do. The bank's like, if we close on all of them, we put the people out, we don't have people to put in the houses. So now we have empty houses. So banks don't know what to do. That's how bad it is just in the Dallas area. I'm not talking San Antonio, Austin. I'm talking about just the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thousands of homes that are way behind on payments haven't been made in over a year. Foreclosing yet because they simply don't know what to do. They have so many that they don't have a plan on what to do if all those thousands of houses were empty. That's how bad it's getting. And this is just the beginning, because sooner or later you got to get the people out of these houses. And this is going to cause a calamity, and it's literally a ticking time bomb. When does it go off? This month? Next month? 6 months from now? I don't know, but I can promise you this is the same situation in Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. Yeah, it's going to get really, really bad. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and follow for more.
People need to also understand that a lot of the reason that the foreclosure rate is not higher and isn't at that 2008 level yet is because the banks don't know what to do right now. There are thousands of banks across the US right now that have a foreclosure list so big they don't know where to start. There have been 228,000 foreclosures in the first 6 months of this year. I want you to sit on that number for a second. That is 250,000 fucking people in this country that were so bad off financially that there was no other route that they lost their homes. With the rate of inflation and the rate at which AI is taking people's jobs, this is only going to get worse. We've reached that level where there's no turning back. This bubble is going to pop. It is just a matter of when.
In June 2026 in the USA, home foreclosures are now 20% higher than foreclosures in 2025. 20% higher. That means over the last 120 days, people could not pay their mortgages. People cannot pay their mortgages. They cannot pay their car payments. They cannot pay their credit cards. They cannot pay their student loans. I did a video yesterday. Grocery prices are up 33% since 2019. Americans are buying 1.8% less food. 1.8% less food because it cost more for the same thing. 33% more. Over 2 million people have lost their jobs. Student loan delinquency skyrocketing. people are working, actually 75% of people are working 2 jobs in the United States. Did you know that? Look around. That means 3 out of 4 people that you know are working 2 jobs. 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. You know that consumers hold up 80% of the GDP, you and me. 80% of the economy is being held up by only 10% of Americans. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Our economy is collapsing every single day, and it's going to get worse.
You know, it's crazy. I made a video yesterday about the banks and how the banks are scared of what to do, what action to take right now, because they have a list of people that are 3, 4, 5, 6 months delinquent on their mortgages right now, that they know they aren't the only banks holding lists like that. It's every other fucking neighboring bank. It's them and their brothers too. If they decide to foreclose on this, that it will crash the fucking market. And they know that. That is why the foreclosure rate has not hit the rate that it was in 2008. They're holding on to it. They're choosing not to go after these people that are legitimately delinquent on their mortgages because they know what comes if they do. This is what happens when you have a market where the fucking price of homes gets so overinflated and people's wages stay stagnant for decades, going up, you know, maybe 5% when the price of their home has changed 50%. These numbers do not coerce. This is what happens. This is a direct result of inflation. People not being paid enough and prices continuing to fucking skyrocket, especially fucking tax rates. Oh my God. People starting off, you know, fucking 10 years ago had an $900 a year payment for their taxes that are looking at $4,000 and $5,000 fucking dollars in a decade. It's bad, guys. Ask any of your friends that work at banks. Ask any of your friends that lend money on a housing level. Ask any of them. The market's scary right now. We're cooked, y'all. We're fucking cooked.
So the reason why banks are struggling with this foreclosure, it is because a lot of people, when they buy houses, they way overpay for the price of homes, right? So a lot of people were told on, don't spend the money on the rent, spend money on the mortgage that will help you build wealth, right? So a lot of them took that advice and went on buy home that were way overpriced. So now they start waking up, notice that I can barely survive because this home, it is not what I thought it would be, right? The maintenance cost is insane, right? I can't keep up with light bill, right? It's always expensive, and it comes with another huge bill of gas bill. So it is very hard for them to survive because they can't do anything but besides just pay that mortgage, right? And finger crossed, hoping that the home don't have any maintenance issue, because then they'll go even furthermore underwater, right? So some of those people, they are living in a home that are leaking. Some of the people, they are living in a home that is repairs that they have just put aside because they can't afford to pay off the maintenance, right? Because guys, you all know that maintenance on the homes are not cheap at all. It's different from when you live in an apartment. When you live in an apartment, you just call the apartment shows up, right? And they just fix it. If it's something that it's out of your pocket, usually not be no more than $50, right? But on maintenance on home, it can cost about $3,000 to $10,000 in the repair, right? And so a lot of people are getting foreclosure on for these reasons, right? Number one, they've paid overpriced on a home. Number two, the cost of living is so high. Not all jobs are paying as much. And a lot of people who own home, mostly were the people who are white collar worker. So the white collar worker is basically those people who work in office, right? Those people who are, we call them computer wizards. They are getting laid off with AI. They're being replaced with AI. So they will suffer, so they won't be able to pay a mortgage if they don't have no money coming in. That's why a lot of them are getting foreclosure on, right? As you can see, not all people, most of people who bought a home before then, the interest was insane. Before then, their houses cost was overpriced. They are living comfortably. He have a very sweet mortgage payment. He's making $800 on the mortgage, and I always be like, man, I wish I'm like you. My rent, mind you, my rent is ×2 his, but his mortgage is $800. That is because he bought it way long time ago, and he almost paid off. So he's doing great on his end because he finally retired, which is a good thing. And people who bought a home a long time ago, they're living comfortably because the interest rate is still low. But the only problem they have as well, they can't buy another home. They are locked in. They are stuck in a home forever, because if they sell the home they're in, yes, they're gonna make a lot of money and profit, but then they're gonna find a hard time to buy a new home because it will cost way a lot more. So basically they will sell the home they're in, and then just to take all that cash to throw into another new mortgage. They probably won't have anything left, or a little bit. But what's the point? What's the point of take all the money, or you throw all that money into a new mortgage without any little profit for yourself? Plus, you're gonna go to this crisis of finding a home at the location you want, finding a new community. So a lot of people don't want to do none of that. So that's why a lot of people are struggling this way. That's why a lot of homes are getting foreclosure on. So we have a lot of numbers and people that in Dallas, over 200,000 people have been behind on a mortgage. So bank are saying, if we evicted all these people, we foreclosure on these people, then how the home will be empty, right? So it will be not good looking on a bank. So bank are hopefully they are giving people a little bit furthermore period of grace. Instead of 90 days, they might give them a year or two to catch up. But if they would just evicted anyone who's behind on 90 days and not pay the mortgage, it will be a lot of people. And bank understand, and I hope they know that the economy is not doing as great as it used to. So this is why they are scared of foreclosure on everybody at once. It will not look good on the economy. It will not look good on the banks. It will be a mess overall. But anyway, guys, please like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.